Whoever can just let me know in the comments that we're good on live and we're on YouTube live. So just double check for me as well. I'll let you know when it's done. Should be done now. Okay, we are live with everybody. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. Well, first of all, welcome Closers University. Great to have you all, beautiful people here plugged in live here on, well, the Zoom call first of all, and as well as the Zoom call, we have many of us plugging in on the YouTube live as well. How is everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Doing good.
Great.
Pretty good.
Alhamdulillah, everyone. Everything good.
Awesome.
Good, bye.
Weird.
Who can tell me that we're live on YouTube? Are we live on YouTube, guys?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, live.
awesome. Perfect. Well, then we can get going. Okay, cool. So guys, I want to make this call today. Well, many of you guys know, because I think it's become a thing right now in the closes, well, the high ticket closing and high ticket remit space of doing a lot of networking and networking is something I've always been a fan of from a very young age as well. Like, who's heard the quote, your network is your net worth? By a show of hands. Has anyone heard that? I went a step further and there was another quote that came to my attention was you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most. So if you hang around with, let's just say, I think it was Earl Nightingale that said it, like birds of a feather flock together. If you hang around with 5 bums, you'll become the 6th bum. If you hang around with 5, successful people, guess what? Eventually you'll be the 6th, successful person. So I came across all of this stuff from 2015, end of 2018 to 2015. Yeah, so 2000, because my first time in entrepreneurship was at the back end of 2014. So 2015 was when I really started, the realm and was exposed to, the world of entrepreneurship and personal development. And so, like, look, guys, we're gonna be covering a lot of things here on this call here today. I just thought to myself, look, because I always every other day I get calls for like networking calls. And to be honest with you, I'm really busy. I'm very busy, and I can't jump on a lot of these networking calls. So what I wanted to do here today was not only have like a networking call with some of you guys that are here in the Zoom, but also for people on the YouTube as well. And we're streaming it to YouTube so people can connect and network with each other. And like even right now, a great a good thing is all of you guys have got your names here, like clear on here as well. So when people even see the recordings, they'll be like, okay, so that was Rushil from the Zoom call. Oh, that was Shihab Sharar. And it's good. Look, it's good to have your full name there as well, so people can find you. Maybe some people are going to see you on this call. So if you want to change your full names right now, you can do that as well. Because and look, I'm gonna go. There's so much knowledge and so much experience that I've got into my brain that I want to share with you guys. Like imagine having so much information and you're like, which information shall I give them first? Which piece of information shall I give them first? And truth be told, I won't be able to cover everything here on this call here today. But again, we always go live on our channel as well. So if you're watching the live, and well, first of all, for those of you that are watching this live right now, share it to your stories. Show other people what you're doing. Show people that what you're doing to personally develop and grow yourself as well. How you do anything is how you do everything. Get good at promoting stuff. And I say this to my guys in my one-on-one mentorship as well. A lot of the things that I explain to you guys and I tell you guys to do, most of the time, most people won't get it. And I always give the example of Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid. when he's teaching Daniel-san all of these things and whatever, and he's doing it for days and weeks, and eventually, like, if you guys, has everybody watched Karate Kid here? What about on YouTube? Has anyone on YouTube watched the Karate Kid here? If you haven't, the first Karate Kid is much better than the new one, but both of them are good. But oh my God, like there's so many lessons. Like I love watching movies that give me life lessons. There's so many lessons that you can take from that. It's like Daniel used to get bullied at school, and his mom wanted to learn karate and whatever. And they had a neighbor called Mr. Miyagi, and like he was nagging Mr. Miyagi to teach him karate, but he was saying no. But then eventually he was like, all right, you really want to learn karate? Because like I'm gonna rewatch it again, actually, because there's so many lessons that I need to get from it even more to go back. And Mr. Miyagi was like, look, you're not ready for karate because there's lots of foundations that you need to know, and you need to know it's more than just fighting. So he was teaching him lots of things, but one of the main things that Mr. Miyagi did with him was what? He made him like clean the house. He made him like renovate his whole garden and everything. And this guy's thinking to himself, I want to learn karate. What the heck is he getting me to like paint the fences, wax on and wax off and brushing the floor and doing all of this? But what happened later on when he finally got frustrated and he was like, get this, I'm not doing any of this. And he was like, all right, then. And then he shows him, he tries to, it's like, okay, defend this. And whatever he does, and then like putting the jacket on the floor and the hanger. Yeah, that one as well. Thank you, Hamza, for pointing that out as well. Again, like, look, we feel like, look, I've watched Karate Kid about 6 times, but look how easily I forgot about the jacket up and the jacket down, on the hanger and on off. Because repetition, guys, is the mother of learning. Now, most of Mr. Miyagi's, lessons and things that he was teaching Daniel, most of them Daniel wasn't getting, but then eventually it made sense. And this is what it's like when you take on a mentor, because your mentor has gone the road and the distance where you haven't been. So it's very important to choose your mentors wisely and trust their process. Your coaches wisely, trust their process, know where they're coming from, how their heart is and how much they care about you, and are they coming from a good place? If you know that and it's a resounding yes, follow them. Even though, and this is one thing I was really good at, guys, I picked my mentors and I was like, even though I don't understand a word he's saying, why he's saying, and it doesn't make sense to me, I'm gonna do it. And I'll give you one example. And I've got lots of mentors and coaches. It's like, I'll give you an example. When I was first starting, when I first started out in entrepreneurship, Grant Cardone, like one of the big sales gurus, he was someone that I really I came across and I really looked up to, because he was massive on sales and he was out there in your face and everything. And I was like, okay, so what does this guy say? 10x. What does that even mean? 10x. And so, I got onto YouTube as we do, and I was like, what is all this 10x about? And like then he's talking about like it takes you the same amount of efforts to achieve a 10x goal as opposed to a normal goal. I didn't understand this. I didn't understand it, but I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna follow him. I don't understand what he says, but I'm gonna follow what he's saying. And at the time, I only wanted to make £2,000 extra a month, and he's like, well, make sure you 10x your goals. So like realistically, guys, ask yourself this. I know we're going to get into the networking and everything and all of that as well. Ask yourself this. How much money do you actually want to earn? Forget everybody else's. Like some people want to earn 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever. What do you realistically, and realistically is a loose term as well, but what do you actually want to make? What do you actually want to make? And whatever that goal is, times it by 10. And it's going to scare you. It's gonna scare you, and make sure it scares you. And like as you're writing it down, you're thinking to yourself, like, what the hell? Like this happened to me in 2015. I swear to God. Like when I was writing £2,000, like I only wanted to make an extra £2,000 extra a month, and I was like, this is good. I'll be able to give it to dad, and it's good. So I was just like, okay, you know what? £2,000 a month, and this guy's saying 20. It's like 20 grand. I couldn't even comprehend 20 grand in a whole year. I couldn't, because I wasn't even earning that, even after tax, even before taxes, let alone after taxes. Even before taxes, I wasn't earning 20 grand a year. And this guy's telling me to make that into my monthly goal. But I was like, screw it. And my mindset wasn't even that strong. I wasn't even personally developed that much. I was like, screw it, I'm going to write it down. And I'm just going to follow what he says. Jabran, like, you clearly don't know what you're talking about, because if you, and you haven't figured it out, this is the Jabran, 10 years ago. You haven't figured it out, and you don't know. So right now you don't know. So I tell you what, let's just write it down and let's just follow it to the T. And that's what I started doing. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to follow it to the T. And eventually, before I knew it, I was writing it. Now, I eventually was starting to believe. I was starting to believe that, oh, actually, 20 grand is possible. Because guess what happened? You know what I was saying to you about, like birds of a feather flock together. You hang around with 5 successful people, you're going to be the 6th. I started hanging around people that were doing much more than me. Now, because look, I set the goal. I set the goal of 20 grand a month. Now, guess what my brain and everything around me was doing? It was looking for all the reasons and excuses and opportunities and ways and everything to make that possible. And now all of a sudden, I was like meeting people that were doing 20 grand a month. Now the goal was big. Like, there was life there was life coming into that goal. And now I was like, okay, so it's possible. And then before, now don't get me wrong, it didn't happen for me right away. Just so you all know as well. For those of you that are saying that, oh, like, I've been trying this high ticket space, I've been networking here and I've been networking there, but still nothing's happening. You need to be patient, but you need to be very urgent on developing yourself. Be patient of getting the result, but be very urgent in becoming the person. Because you know what? Look, you grow first and then your income comes. You learn first, then you earn. The reason why you guys and me as well, the reason why we haven't hit our income goals yet is because we haven't become the people that we need to become to collect that money. And that's all it is. That's all it is. And this is why you really need to grow to the level of income that you want to get to. But anyways, that was just a bit of a, and look, I've probably even sent this message a few times as well, but remember, repetition is the mother of learning. You probably need to hear this a few times and then it registers to you as well. But look, guys, as I mentioned to you, like, look, a lot of people be messaging me for networking calls. And one thing that you want to understand is a lot of busy people and a lot of good closers or good setters, they're going to be really busy. So not everyone is going to be available for that 20-minute call that you're talking about. So what I was thinking was a bit like what I've done here today. Now, I told people, you know how many people are right now requesting to get into this Zoom call right now? But there's 24 of you guys over here. There's way more than that requesting to come in here. But guess what? I'm not letting them in. They have to go onto the YouTube live, because I told everybody you need to be 5 minutes ready. You guys were ready, so you guys are on. So look, how about doing things creative? So I was like, okay, because I'm always like, look, if you've been following me for a while, just know this. I always look at what everybody else is doing and what do I do? Who can tell me in the comments on what I do? I look at what everybody else is doing, and guess what I do? Who can tell me in the comments of what Jabran does after he's seen everybody doing what they're doing? Who have we got? Mehrajul, and we have, Karna. The opposite, Komal. The opposite. This is exactly what I do. I do the opposite. I look at what everybody else is doing and I do the opposite. Why? Because I want to stand out from the crowd. Like, I want to be that black sheep. I've told myself from a very young age, I'm the odd one in my family, and I'm happy with that. So when you're like, look, ask yourself this. Everybody is asking for these networking calls, right? But why don't you do something creative? Look at what I did creative. Did I do this one-on-one call with you guys? Or maybe I did it with my VIP group. Do you guys know, even my VIP members, I told them before 6:55 p.m. UK time, if you're not in, you're not coming in. There's people probably trying to come in right now as well. But no, you're going to have to go onto the YouTube and you're going to have to see the stream. So here's what I'm trying to say. I'm losing my train of thought as well. We have quite a few people here today. Okay, cool. So actually, I want to ask Arpit something. Arpit, so Arpit is someone that I want everybody to hear to meet. Like I want everybody to know who Arpit is, because he's one of the definitions of, you know, like all the excuses most non-Western people make to me, as in like, I'm not from the UK, I'm not from the USA, and I have this accent and I have that accent or whatever. He's not even Arpit, which country do you live in?
I live in India.
You live in India. I can't wait to go traveling to India. I can't wait to meet all my Indian subscribers and followers and friends and brothers and sisters. I'm going to be backpacking around India very soon. We'll take Arpit with me as well. But look, Arpit is from India. If you guys are not following Arpit, Arpit, do you say Akhori? Is that how you pronounce your surname?
Man, what sorcery is this? People from India can't pronounce it right. You did it. So yeah, that's it really.
Akhori. So look, if you guys are not following him on Instagram and Facebook, I don't know what the hell you're doing. This guy instilled so much belief and confidence in me. And there's another guy as well that I'm going to be talking to about. He's not on the Zoom call right now because I think he's on sales calls. But of course, he's making money. But I'm so glad that Arpit is on this call. He's taken time out of his day to not only meet you guys as well, but check this out. Arpit is from India. So if you're not adding him on Instagram and Facebook right now, I don't know what the hell you're doing anyway. But Arpit is from India. Now, and Arpit, how long have you been in the high ticket sales space?
Traditional high ticket sales, less than a year now. So
Less than a
before
year.
that, I've been solar, but yeah.
Actually, you know what, Arpit, you introduce yourself to these guys. Go for it.
All right. I mean, I'll keep it quick and easy. So I was a business consultant before in a high-paying corporate job, hated it, got hospitalized because of working 18 hours a day, decided to change my life, got into sales, got a mentorship, shouldn't have done that right away, bad investment. But what it did was it made me want to recover that investment and made me work like 10x as hard. I did that, and I got into a solar role, then I got into other roles, started networking around July or something like that. I was still living in London at that point of time. Full transparency, living in the UK and traveling the world has helped me with my accent, but I still had to work for it simply to make the prospects feel comfortable. I think it's really important. I told Prateek on this call some time ago was that just because you're from India or something, don't think that 5K is enough, 2K is enough. You know, that's going to be fine in your currency, but you're limiting yourself. Just because you're not from the US or the UK or whatever it is, doesn't mean you should not be earning 10, 20, 40, 50, whatever you really want. Please don't limit yourself like that, you know. So please do that. I'm doing really well right now on a great offer, making 5 figures a month.
Arpit, tell them how much commission, what's the most amount of commission you made in a single month? Stop being humble. They need to know. From India.
Traditional high ticket sales, 14K.
14,000. In Indian rupees, or 14,000 US dollars, in case some haters say that it was Indian rupees.
US dollars. So that was just, I think, around 12 lakh Indian rupees. That's 1.2 million. So yeah, something like that.
Wow. And that's from India. And that's from India, guys. Now look, and Arpit, just so we clear everything with everyone as well, and this is what I keep telling people as well. Was English your first language, or did you have to learn English?
Just like any other Indian, I started learning English in school, but at home it's purely Hindi. I don't speak English at home at all. If I do that, they'll think I'm drunk. So no.
So exactly. Now look, of course, he was blessed and fortunate enough to like travel to like UK and Canada or whatever he did. But look, what's one of the best ways, Arpit, can someone improve, let's just say, their accent? What's one of the best ways that you would say, or one of the things that you done to improve your English?
Oh, so because I traveled so much, I had this subconscious ability to mimic people I was listening to. So I would change. My accent still changes when I'm speaking to a British person or I'm speaking to an American, or I'm speaking at home. My Hindi dialect changes as well because of my travels in India. I just start mimicking. And that's the best thing you can do, really. I've seen people do that. I mean, you know, one of my colleagues, Sean Brady, he got mentored by Bill Walsh. He speaks like Bill, and that's very normal. So please just do that. It's really that simple. That's all you need to do, really.
Thank you so much, Arpit. And look, this just mirrors exactly what I say to you guys as well. Look at the way people are communicating that you want to communicate like, and just pay close attention and mirror them. Really mirror them. So look, guys, that's just one of our testimonials. And Arpit is in one-on-one. But Arpit, before you came into our VIP group, you said you invested in a course or a program or something.
Right.
Now, and I want you to touch upon this as well, actually, because a lot of people shy away from investing in themselves. They're forgetting, like, we invest so much thousands of dollars and euros and pounds and whatever in like food and travel and all of that and everything. That's not going to bring your investment back. But the best investment that you can make is the one that you make in yourself. Arpit, how much did you invest in, I don't know whose course or program or whatever? What's the most, like, how much money did you invest?
7,000. I did not have 7,000. I had like three and a half at that point of time.
Dollars.
Yeah, dollars. And I went for it, and I had only half that amount, less than half, 40%, something like that. Just went for it and decided I'll just, make the money. There was no, I pushed myself against the wall pretty much, and I did it. I did it, but then of course money.
Bro, you invested $7,000 in yourself, bro. But before you even get to that, because most people will be like, what the hell, $7,000 you invested in yourself? But hang on a minute. How much money were you earning before that investment, like average, before high ticket sales?
I was not earning anything. That's how I got into high ticket sales, through a mentorship. I mean, that was the first thing I did. I did not do anything before that. I was in my corporate job, so I was not earning anything.
Wow. And then there's some people that just I don't know. Some people just make excuses. And look, if you don't have money, like me and Arpit are two different stories now. But like Arpit was like in a situation where it was his first job, etc., no money, and he invested 7,000 US dollars. I was someone, and I saw a similar program when I got started into the high ticket space. And it's just to give you a bit of an insight as well. I saw Dan Locke's program, and I saw his webinar and everything. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God. Even if this is $1,000, I'm gonna do this. And when it came towards the end, it was like $5,000 or $15,000. I was like, oh my God, I was so sad. But I remember the first time coming across, and I was speaking about this to someone I was speaking about, because I'm going to be doing some work in the Gambia. You guys know I'm doing an orphanage in the Gambia, but I'm going to be teaching the Gambian people high ticket sales as well. So guys, this is already global, but I'm taking this everywhere, and I'm going to be training like thousands of people over there as well. And I remember, like, I recall, like, when I first came across this industry, and one thing I was still like, yo, oh God, please. I was like, yo, Allah, please, just please, this not be a scam. Like, I pray this is not a scam. And I because it was so good, it was just like too good to be true. I was like, what? You can, because I was used to making like 1,500 to 2,000, a month. And here now people are saying to me, hey, you can make that not in a day, in a phone call. I was like, this is nuts. And what? Doing sales. And I was like, sales? I've done this sales all my life. I was like, where's this been? And I couldn't comprehend it. I literally couldn't comprehend it. And it was only when, I saw more and more, and I really came to think of it and know of it. And I was just like, this is something I need to figure out, because I never had the money, but I had the time. Now, many of you guys watching this live stream on this Zoom call, you may not have the money, but guys, you have the time. I have the same people over and over and over again say to me, Jabran, I need your help, I need your coaching, and I need this and I need that. Okay, that's great. And you say the same thing, and like, oh, I'm struggling with this and I'm struggling with that. And like, then they give me these excuses, and I ask myself, hang on a minute. How many, like, you've got my calls and coaching and trainings on YouTube. I don't see you in the comment section of the videos of what your takeaways are from that video. And then you're asking me, oh, Jabran, I'm struggling to land a role. But then I'm like, okay, I made multiple roles on how to land a role. I don't see your comments or takeaways off that video. Maybe you need to watch it 2-3 times. Like, look, and a lot of people, the information is all out there. The information is all out there, but most people lack the implementation. So these are just some things, guys, I just wanted to cover with everybody. But yeah, so look, we have a variety of people here today. And look, the one thing that I was adding on actually as well, like what everybody's doing, they're messaging people and asking for like 20-minute phone calls and 20-minute calls and whatever. How about you do something? What I did was totally different. What did I do? I set it. So I made an announcement. I set a time that, hey guys, I'm doing a major Zoom call, a major networking call with a bunch of people. So I announced that I'm doing a Zoom call with a bunch of people. And I set the time, and now everybody was requesting to join the Zoom call. So rather than me spending 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, guess what I've done? I literally just set a time. Okay, I'm going to network with everybody. But then guess what also I'm going to do? I'm going to have everybody else on this call and in the YouTube channel network with each other. So this is one tip, guys. Maybe you get together and like if you really want to network, but ask yourself this: network with purpose. Who do you want to network with and why do you want to network with them? What are you looking to gain? But then also, it's one thing, but what's meant to be on the forefront? What value are you giving the other person to network with? Like, how are you adding value? Like, I'll give you an example. Do you know how Pratik landed his, Pratik, Karna, and Komal? These are part of my small group mentorship program that I'm only doing with these three. Like, why? They never had the money to come into my one-on-one program. No, I reduced it and everything. And I was like, you know what? You know why I wanted to reward them? I gave them a scholarship. Do you know why? They were the most active, along with a couple of others as well, the most active in the Closers University community. They would watch every single training. They would show me that they've done things, and they were the most coachable. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to work with these guys. They got my attention. They kept my attention, and they gave value. They gave, look, the Closers University was started just to help people. I just want to impact millions of lives. And they were helping me on this mission. They were sharing it to their stories. They were telling their friends about it. Hey guys, here's a YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. It's going to help you how to make thousands of dollars extra a month working from anywhere in the world. Simple message that they were sharing with the world of their social media. What was that doing? That was showing me like, hey, wow, like there were people outside. They were telling me like, oh, these guys are great. Like, look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing for the community. And for me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to help these guys. I'm going to help these guys. And so this is what you need to ask yourself. What are you doing to help other people? Or like whoever you're trying to network with and whatever. And I also say to people as well, like, look, okay, if you've connected with someone, with a company that you want to work with, don't just jump into the inbox right away. Like, especially if it's, an employee in that company. Don't jump into the inbox right away and like, hey man, like, I saw you working at Legendary Marketer and I really want to work there. And like, what do I do? And no, you don't do that. That's just like, what, like, why would a closer, like, unless it's, someone like, I don't know, that wants to just help everybody and they're just on that mission. But they're going to be like, well, he's only messaging me or she's only messaging me because they want something from me. How about you lead with value? So this is like one thing I would do. So I'm giving and trust me, most people don't know this, but I'm the master of networkers. I've been in networking for the last 10 years. I've networked my way into every single job that I've done that previously needed experience, degrees, and qualifications. And I've got the roles by what? How? Networking. I've been doing networking for years. So I'll give you an example. If I really want to connect with someone, like let's just say from a certain company, and I actually did this. I actually did this in multiple roles, but I'll give you an idea. So, okay, I will first of all find their social media. So you know how I told you guys, like, have your social medias clear? Like, even on the YouTube stream, guys, even on the YouTube channels, like, why do I keep telling you guys, so many of my subscribers have been hired by high ticket sales clients from my YouTube channel. Now, that's why I keep telling you. Why do you think I keep telling you guys to leave your takeaways in the comments? Of course, it helps the algorithm with the video and whatever. That's if you like, comment, and share. I don't even tell you to do that. I tell you guys, if you like it, of course, like it, whatever. But leave your takeaways in the comments. Do you know how many clients Imran has hired? So many people for Matt Leprie's offer through the YouTube channel. Who's this guy? Who's that guy? So when if you watch something and you're learning, and look, this is good for you as well, because you're learning, write down, type down what you're learning and your takeaways. Because you know what, this also reinforces your own learning as well, because you're typing it and everything. But now it's out there. But like then now you've optimized your own YouTube account where your full name is on there as well. Maybe in the link section, put your Instagram and your Facebook and your WhatsApp or whatever it is, so people can reach out to you. This is one of the like I guarantee you, this is what I'm telling you right now, and I promise you, over 90% of people, it's gone over their head, and they're not even registering what I'm saying to them. Like, comment on the YouTube. Okay, let's just say the YouTube channel and the Facebook groups when we make posts. Guess what that's doing? The more you're commenting with your names and your profiles, the more your names are coming up. Like whether it's on people's posts, whether it's in a Facebook group, and you're adding value in a Facebook group, but you're always like liking and commenting. You're commenting. I know it's tedious, but if you want to get your name known, just you guys all know, like everyone in the Closers University knows Imran and Zeeshan. Okay, Imran, you've seen him on the lives, so that's why you know a lot about him as well. But before all of this, like I didn't do any calls with Zeeshan, but yeah, I've promoted him quite a bit. But why do you think I promoted him? Because he's been active and coachable and listening. And guess what he does now? Like throughout the whole of Facebook, he's either tagging people in opportunities, he's commenting on people's posts, he's getting his name out there. How are you guys getting your name out there? Let's rewind a bit. Before you get your name out there, how much are you working on yourself to become the attractive person? So when people do click on your post, do click on your name. Oh, that's Jim. He's a very trained. Well, I'll give you an example. I think there was a video that I was watching on YouTube of, is it Michael Dunleavy? Now, I don't know him personally myself. He's on my Facebook. I've never spoken to him, but I was hearing the way Jeremy Minor came across Michael Dunleavy. He said, I heard of him or something, but I saw his Facebook posts. I saw his Facebook post and I saw that how much value he was giving. So I thought, let me invite him onto our podcast. Isn't that an example, guys? How you do anything is how you do everything. When you guys are learning things, whether it's through YouTube, whether it's through webinars, anywhere, or books or whatever, get that and put your takeaways on the videos, put your takeaways on Facebook and Instagram. If you're uploading a picture, maybe put something inspirational next to it. Get your name out there. The first thing you guys need to do is get attention. But before that first thing, what have you done to be someone that's attractive? So are you working on your sales skills? Are you working on your communication skills? Like, look, like you guys want to be really good networkers. If you haven't studied how to win friends and influence people, you're not serious about networking. You're not serious. You guys need to study that book chapter by chapter and really analyze it. So look, seek to understand before being understood. You guys want like all of this and all of that. So like, I keep saying, and I was going off as well. Like, okay, what's the first thing that I would do when I'm going to network with someone? Yeah, I'll add them on Facebook. Okay, cool. Or if they've engaged on a Facebook post or whatever, I'll comment with them. And like, I'm not going to jump in right away. It's like, you know, when you start dating or when you're getting to know someone, you're not going to tell them to let's get married straight away in the first conversation, right? So like, just take it nice and easy. Maybe you see them in a Facebook group. You engage with their post, but you don't add them straight away. Engage with their post. Like, comment, engage with their post. Maybe you've engaged in 2-3 posts and 2-3 conversations, and eventually maybe they will add you, but then eventually now you can add them right away. So it's not like very desperate as well. So, okay, that's one way. So let's just say I've connected with someone on Facebook, and this is someone that I'm networking with a purpose. I'm networking with a purpose, but I'm like, okay, what are their likes? What are their dislikes? What are they like? I'm analyzing their Facebook to see where I can get common ground as well. And if they're making any posts, I'm liking and commenting, whatever. Or, you know, so I'm engaging with their posts. I'm engaging with their posts and I'm having small talk. Even just, you know, like, you know, on their post, I'll comment something that they can respond to. So just having small talk. And then once I've engaged with them on their post and everything, and it's all good and everything, and we're going back and forth, I'm not jumping into their messenger right away. And I'll be like, oh man, and like maybe it's a week or two or whatever. I'm like, well, we've been like connected for so long or whatever. Or like maybe the conversation that you had, you wanted to take it to the DMs. And then you can just chat with them like, hey, like, oh, you be genuinely interested in them. Be genuinely interested in them. And let them talk about themselves and what they do and, you know, what is it they're interested in and whatever. And then you realize that, okay, and then they're going to eventually ask you. And like, look, this happened with me. I'll give you a story, actually. One of my, I worked in recruitment for many years. And there was a huge company called S3 that I really wanted to work at. And I've been applying so many times and they were rejecting me because of no experience. And this is where I say networking is key. Now, I had a friend. He became my friend through networking, obviously. So I figured out, okay, who works there? Let me befriend them. And then one of my friends was working there. He became my very good friend. I didn't straight away tell him like, oh, bro, like get me a job there or whatever. It's just my friend. And I became good friends and we went out and everything and whatever. And then eventually I said to him, bro, like hook me up. And like, he was just taking his time about it. So guess what I did? I'm different. So this one time, I'm keeping in touch with him, and I see his story or whatever, and it's like, oh, work due out. Check this out, guys. He's telling me he's on a work night out with his team, Friday night, and he's in a bar or whatever with all his friends, with his work colleagues, and his director and everything. And I was like, his director? So guess what I did? As soon as I saw that, I was like, Ash, where you at? He was like, oh, I'm in Indie Bar in Birmingham City Centre. I was in bed. I was in bed. I quickly jumped out of bed. I hadn't even shaved my head or anything. I was like, I don't give a shit. I jumped out of bed. I found my best suit, my three-piece suit. I put it on, moisturized myself, obviously, put my best perfume on, obviously Chanel Bleu, whatever. And I just got a taxi. And normally, like, I get the buses everywhere. I was like, screw this, I'm getting a taxi. And I got a taxi straight to the place where he was at. And I see, and I'm looking, and by then he's moved from that bar, but there's a few bars there, and I'm going in and out of every bar. And then I'm eventually, because I didn't even want to tell him that I'm coming, just in case, like, he says to me, I'm gone or whatever or anything. I was like, screw this, this is my only opportunity. So I'm running in and out of all the bars because I know they're in that vicinity. And then eventually I found him. And he's like, Jabran, what are you doing here? I was like, whoa, what are you doing here? And I was like, yeah, forget it. Don't worry about it. I was like, I said hello to him and everything. He was like, oh, come, let me introduce you to my work colleagues. I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, my name's Jabran. Jabran, nice to meet you. Firm handshake, telling them what my name is. Oh, and I'm asking them what their name is. Okay, wow, what do you guys do? Oh, wow, recruitment. Oh, amazing. And I'm asking them so many, and then eventually he takes me to the big boss. He takes me to the director. And he was like, oh, like, meet my director, meet my boss. And he's like, oh, how you doing? I was like, oh, nice to meet you. He's like, and look, when you meet someone and they ask us, do the small talk, eventually they'll be like, oh, so what do you do? I was thinking to myself, $1 million question. And he goes to me, what do you do? I go, I've been trying to get into recruitment, man. He goes, no way. He goes, Ash, what are you doing, man? And then Ash is like, oh yeah, I was meant to be sending him to you or whatever, but like, and he was, but I wasn't waiting for Ash. I was like, I'm taking things into my own matters into my own hand. But look at what I did there. I figured out a way. I thought outside the box, and I was hungry. And guys, I was broke. I was very broke. I didn't have money for taxi. I got it from somewhere. I should have got the bus, but I didn't want to, like, time kills the opportunities as well. And I rushed there and I made the most of it. And I got connected with him, and then he connected me with the manager. I met the manager, and the manager wouldn't even, she was like, oh, I don't know if I should put you on the same team as your friend and whatever. I was like, no. And I just wanted to work for that specific office. And she was like making all these excuses and whatever. Then eventually they gave me the job. Through what? Networking. No excuses. Thinking outside the box. But that's just my 2 pence, guys, on like, majorly networking. I'd like to, if anyone wants to say anything or wants to introduce themselves, just put your hands up, or even any questions, just raise your hands on there, and then I'll work through that. Or if anyone has any questions, guys, on networking or introducing themselves or anything that they're struggling with, just raise your hands and we'll work through them as well. Or if not, I'll just pick people out and we can, unmute as we go. Okay, everyone's being shy. Zayab, I don't think I've seen you much before. Zayab, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah, what's up, Jabran? Assalamu alaikum.
Also, where are you where are you dialing in from, bro?
I'm from Pakistan.
Pakistan, nice. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody and what is it you do?
Okay, so I'm Syed Zayab Hussain, and I've been a marketing manager for Visa International. And I just joined high-tech closing since it kind of seems very fascinating. 10K a month, 20K a month, and like, I mean, I've been a financial trader before, but that doesn't go that well for me. So yeah, so I have a question that I was researching about travel agencies that offers luxury and high ticket services. But what I don't understand is that they already get a customer support. So that doesn't make sense. If they got a customer support, why would they need a high ticket closer? Since they're both providing the same value.
Bro, I don't do a travel agency, so I'm the wrong person to answer that question for you. You probably need to ask them.
Okay, let's do it. Maybe a jewelry seller.
Again, you need to ask them. But like, look, high ticket closers are needed everywhere. If you're new to this industry, bro, I'd highly recommend, learning about it. You can go on Google. You can go onto my YouTube channel. Go and study it or whatever. Like, look, high ticket closers are needed pretty much everywhere. Anywhere that's a transaction that's worth thousands, they'll need closers. Like, most people are closers and they don't even know that they're closers. But like, we're in the remote high ticket space. And there's so many opportunities and companies within the remote high ticket space. So don't get caught up on like, okay, like look, if you're looking at jewelry or bloody travel agents, stop looking at them. Why don't you look at marketing agencies? Why don't you look at coaches? Now, and they could be fitness coaches, they could be marketing coaches, they could be coaches that are coaching coaches. They could be, I don't know, weight loss coaches. So there's many of these coaches and businesses and influencers that you can work with.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, another thing. Do we have Apit on the call right now?
Apit is on the call, but you've asked so many questions now. I think we need to give somebody else a chance.
Okay, cool.
Okay, just
No
put your question in the comments, and we can do that. Okay, cool. Harsh, why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, I'm Harsh. I'm from India, and previously I just transited into remote sales a few months back. I'm a chartered accountant by profession, and I have been providing financial services of my own to the clients. And finally, I've been into remote sales. So a friend of me introduced into remote sales, and now I'm looking forward to land a great offer myself.
Thanks, bro. Here's another thing that I want to tell you guys. Look, a lot of you guys have come on this networking call, but like, I'm not seeing like there's more interaction happening on the YouTube live than on the Zoom call, by the way, just so you guys know. But like, look, I know it's a group like environment. There's a lot of people over here. It's live, it's being recorded or whatever, and like you're thinking, oh my God, but this is where you're gonna grow out of your comfort zone. You're gonna grow out of your comfort zone. And like one thing I wanted to say to people as well is like, look, there was something that I was reading in How to Win Friends and Influence People, and it was about like this guy who would always, anyone that he'd meet, he'd always remember their name and their birthdays, and he'd always send them like a birthday card or whatever. Like nowadays, like we could easily do that through Facebook and LinkedIn, where it shows you their birthdays and whatever. But I was like, what a great way. But I was like, okay, how am I going to do that differently? And I always make a note of, like, if I'm speaking to someone, especially if I'm having a meeting with them, whether it's a client, prospect, anyone, I'm like, okay, who are they? What do they do? And I'll just make a note of like who they are, so I can remember for future conversations. So if you guys are looking to network with people and whatever, make a note. Maybe even, if there's certain companies that you want to work at, okay, these are all their employees. So like, let's just say you want to start networking with certain employees, and through your networking, you want to get through those roles. Well, easy. You find the company, go onto LinkedIn, find the people that work in the department that you want to work in, write their names down, connect with them on LinkedIn, connect with them on social media, and now okay, these are the people that are working in that company. And that's it. And now you can start nurturing those relationships. Here's another way, guys. Get to know each other. Like, even on this call and after this call as well, get to know one another. Get to know one another. Okay, this person has this experience. That person has that experience. And then what do? You now, so like, let's just say a role comes up. A role comes up, a role comes up on, what's it called? Anyway, on Facebook or whatever. Guess what you do? You now refer them. So like, okay, maybe you can't apply for the role. Look at what I've taught Zishan to do. What does he do? Even the roles that he's not applying for, he'll tag certain people into the posts. But how are people going to tag you guys if they don't even know who you are? So what do you need to do? Start getting attention. Letting people know who you are. Whether it's through people's social medias, through Facebook groups, through the WhatsApp groups, through this, the YouTube channel, through engagements like this. How are people going to refer you and connect you if they don't know who you are? Like, Jim, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
My name is Jim Muir, and I specialize in high ticket sales. I've recently just purchased the domain Mr. High Ticket. I'm trying to get in that mode. One of the things I'm doing right now is I'm selling a high ticket product that's about $10,000. It's a program to help you kill procrastination. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm trying to learn how to do this high ticket process far better than I have been in the past.
Nice. Awesome. How many years of experience do you have in sales, Jim?
Over 25, because I've been an entrepreneur for 22 years. And before that, I was doing high ticket selling for corporate America, consulting companies, Accenture, EDS, Sabre. Then I went out on my own and had my own agencies for several years. I did that in 2002, been on my own since then. So,
okay, nice. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Jim. This is something that I wrote down, actually. Listening to other people's ideas and feelings. Take notes on interactions to remember and recall. So like, when you're talking to people, take notes. Take notes on certain things that they've said. Take notes on certain things that they've said, so you can recall them and you can interact with them as well. Okay, guys, anyone have any questions? This is a networking call, by the way, guys. So who's networking? Who's networking here? Who's getting to know each other over here? Who wants to do what? Like, there's so many. Like, you guys can unmute yourself and you can say what you want to say. Hamza, what do you want to say?
Should I ask the question or should I just introduce myself?
You can do whatever you want. The limelight is yours, bro.
All right, thank you very much. I think I'll just introduce myself to everyone here. Hello, my name is Hamza. I'm from Birmingham, Smallheath. I was in your live like a week and a half ago, but I don't think I gave that good of an introduction, so I'll just do it again right now. But yeah, I'm someone that has been involved in sales for quite a long time. My first experience was like around 12 years ago when I was a little kid in secondary school, but since then I've been selling from time to time some products and services, but not as much. With this high ticket space, I found out about it 3 years ago. 3 months ago, sorry, not 3 years ago. 3 months ago through a close friend of mine. And yeah, I've just been learning. I've just been, watching all your videos. I didn't really connect with you, but I've been watching all your trainings and all your sales and all your YouTube videos, but I wanted to ask a question mainly about like communication.
Before
Like,
you ask the question, you shared quite a few points there, and I just want to just delve on them as well. I heard you say you've been watching my content, but you never really connected with me.
yeah,
Well, that's really bad of you. You should have connected with me,
yeah,
even
I
through the
know
comments.
that's quite bad.
You should have done that. Also, you said you're from Birmingham. That's what I got from you as well. You've been in the high ticket space since for about 3 months. So this was me paying attention to what Hamza is saying as well. You know what I want everyone to hear? Think, guys. Let's network properly, and let's start with value first. I want everyone to think right now how you can be valuable to the Closers University community. Everybody, even in the comments on YouTube and everybody over here, I want you to think about and probably start typing it as well, and we'll bring it up. How could you maybe look at your skill set? Look at your skill set, look at your experience, look at your strengths on how you could be valuable to the people in the Closers University, to myself, to each other, and everybody. Think of something and somewhere how you can be valuable. Maybe, and like, you know, some of you probably be thinking, oh my God, how can I be valuable? Like, how can I be valuable to this person or whatever? Maybe you'd be like, look, I just want to find out what you do. And, you know, whether you're a DM setter or a closer or whatever, let me introduce you to some opportunities. I'm going to tag you in these opportunities. Do you know how powerful it is, guys? Let me give you an example. Right now, everybody's trying to land a role. Everybody's trying to land a role and they're thinking about themselves. For a minute, just for a minute, why don't you think about other people? Like, you guys know, when I first kicked off the Closers University, everything I was just doing for the people, like even right now, no one's paid me for this Zoom call, even though I get paid thousands. I would get paid thousands to do calls like this, but I'm doing this for free, the YouTube live for free, whatever. So this is me giving value and trying to help you guys. So right now, I want you guys to be thinking, okay, when you see a job advertised or whatever, maybe, yeah, you can get it and just post it in the groups, but what about you tagging someone? So let's just say, I know, like, okay, I know Karna. Karna in the last 4 months has booked over, I think it's like 1,400 bookings as an appointment setter. Huge fee. Like, big up Karna. Everyone give him a, you know, high five, whatever. 1,400 bookings in 4 months. Guys, I'm saying this on the live call right now. Opit, make sure you remember for any of your future clients, Karna is the gangster DM setter. 1,400 confirmed bookings, and he's worked with, and he's managed 5 other calendars, 5 other closers calendars. So big up Karna. So now I know this about Karna. You guys all know this about Karna now. So guess what you guys can do to give value to Karna? Not wanting it for yourself, because I've learned this about Karna. So guess what I'm going to do? If I see a role coming up, or even if I know someone is hiring, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to tag Karna in that post, and I'll be like, hey, Jim, I can see you're looking for a high ticket appointment setter or whatever. Check out Karna, who is also on the market, and he's actually booked over 1,400 appointments in the space of 4 months. Here's his Facebook profile. Boom. Guess what I've done there? I've given value. I've networked. I've made a note of what he's done. I wrote this down when I had a meeting with Karna, by the way, just so you know. So I know he's done 1,400 bookings with managing 5 different closers. He's been selling stuff since he was a little kid. I even still remember this guy came into sales. He was getting jewelry that his mom used to make or whatever, or buy or whatever sell. He would get that jewelry and he would sell it to his teachers. He would also get stationery from his granddad and sell it to his friends in school. So I remember this of him because I made a note of it. Now that's me giving value to Karna. So ask yourself now that all of you guys know this about Karna, maybe the next appointment setting role that you see, or maybe you just see a client or whatever that's advertising for a role. Hey, I know you're looking for a high ticket closer, but there's this guy, his name's Karna. He is a thick appointment setter. He's a great appointment setter. He's done this and he's done that. Maybe worth keeping him in your network. Or even just, if you see a job, just tag them. Maybe there's somebody else. I would be like, oh, there's, you know, if I see a role asking for, you know, an appointment setter, be like, hey, how would you like an appointment setter, but that's also been a copywriter? Now, I remember Wajiha was the copywriter. So I'd be like, hey, now you guys also know this as well. Like, look, there's Karna on the call, there's Wajiha on the call. Wajiha has done copywriting. So what am I going to do? I'm going to see an advert and I'm not going to like, okay, of course I would love it as well. And that's great. But now I'm giving value. You know, most people, they just want. And like, I'm thinking to myself, do you not believe in God? You really think when God sees you giving, who's the biggest of givers? The Lord. God has this everything. He can give you everything. So when he's going to see you doing all this good, you know, like this quote, line, scriptures, whatever you want to call it, love for your brother what you love for yourself. Oh my God. This for me, like it was a massive part of like, you know, of my personal development. Love for your brother what you love for yourself. And like I used to always like, a lot of the times get it like, imagine like you're really excited to eat your food and whatever, but you got all your friends in front of you and you're like, oh man, or like you have a pack of chewing gums or you have a pack of sweets and you're like, I really want one, but I really love these as well. And like, if I offer it out to everybody, they're all going to be gone, especially if you got friends like mine. They'll just take all of it and then you're left with the empty packet. But guess what I used to do, even though I really wanted it? And like my religion teaches me as well, like feed others before you eat yourself. So guess what I used to do? Even though it was my favorite chewing gums or my favorite sweets or whatever it is, I would give everybody else first. And then if there's one left for me, or no problem. Even if there's one left and there's two of us, I'll give it to the other person. But guess how great they were as well? They'll half it and give it back to me. Look at the reward in that. Look at this, just the act, just that act. You want to ask yourself, what are you doing daily? You know, networking, yeah, we're doing networking to network with people, but I'm talking about giving value. And not just like any sorts of, but I'm talking about genuine value. I know Hamza, it was your time to like speak and whatever, and like you wanted to ask me something, but I know you said a lot, and I wanted to touch upon like some of the things that you said. But I know that you're from Birmingham as well. But anyways, you're gonna ask a question. We'll catch up more later as well. But ask your question, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question mainly about like communication. For example, obviously with this high ticket space, you need to be good at communicating with people. Like, I want to ask like if you improved your communication or something like that, because that's something I really wanted to do. Like my English is good, obviously, but I have a problem with like the way I communicate sometimes. So I felt like I was trying to look for like appointment setting or something like that. Like, do you think it's best for me to go through that route or like
you just accepted yourself and it's good. It's very good, bro. Like you've realized that, okay, I need to work on my communication skills. I can communicate in English well, text and voice and everything, but you're like, okay, my communication of where it needs to be is not where it is. And this is very good. Most people, they don't realize this and they're like, oh, no, but like, I want to be a closer. And like, they can't even speak, you know, English properly. And like, okay, I'm saying, yeah, you can be a closer. You can be whatever you want. We are the Lord's greatest creation. You can be whatever you want. But don't be afraid to start, you know, I don't know, as a DM setter or as an appointment setter. There's anything wrong with it as well. Guys, there's some appointment setters, I'm sorry, some appointment setters that out-earn 70, 80% of closes, just so you know. So it's not like, oh, closing is there and appointment setting is here. No, there's lots of these and whatever, but like, if you want to learn how to communicate, then you probably need to delve deep a bit more into that as well. Or is it verbally you want to get good at communicating, or is it your confidence, or is it a number of things? First of all, obviously you need to work on yourself. You need to be like, okay, how to communicate better? Go to YouTube. I tell everybody, you know, anything that you want to learn, just go to YouTube. Everything is there. But then obviously be mindful of who you're learning it from as well and take it in. But like Google and YouTube are your first places on like how to communicate better. But then also how to win friends and influence people. Again, I'm telling you now, study this book. I'm not even reading any other book apart from this. How to win friends and influence people. Watch what it does to you. My nephew, I'm going to be training up my 11-year-old nephew. He's been on my case, and I told him I'm going to give him £20 for completing every book. And like if he gives me like the synopsis and whatever, he's been on my case for the past few days. Get me the book. What are you doing? Where's the book? Whatever. Because I wanted to see how hungry he is. Like a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys on the YouTube channel, the Facebook groups and everything, I try to be looking like who really wants it, man? Like who actually wants it? Who are the coachable people? You know, I just sometimes for the crack, you know, this Zoom call, I just did it for the crack, like, you know, going on live on YouTube and everything. I just did it for the crack. I wanted to see, okay, who are the coachable ones? Who are the people that are going to turn up on time? Like, you know, so many of them, they're gone off now. They were trying to join the Zoom call and I wasn't letting them in. No, I told everyone to be here 5 to 7, but they weren't. Fine. How you do anything is how you do everything. And there's a lot of people that I tell them to do things and just to see how coachable they are. Guys, there's so much things that are on my YouTube that people just overlook. So look, for communication, Hamza, go onto YouTube first. And then just get used to maybe you're not communicating enough with people around you. Let's start communicating with them professionally. We could start doing that. Atif, you had your hand up for a question. Go for it.
Yeah, I was. Hello, everyone. It's a good, call. Learning so many things, and improving myself and implementing that one. So I do have a question. I hope that will be quite helpful for everyone on this call. If that'll be great if you can put some light on that. Like, what are the main questions we can ask on the interview from the interviewer person to vet the offer?
To vet the offer.
That's right.
I already done this in my the next level up from, and it was an hour-long live that I did on like questions to ask on like, you know, opportunities and like look, I already know I've gone over this as well, but I'm going to tell you guys over here right now. So it's very simple, vetting opportunities. Look, if it's a new opportunity, then you're like, okay, it's a relatively new opportunity, so there's probably not enough that you can vet with as well. Okay, how many leads can you get? Oh, previously, you can be like, okay, how many qualified booked appointments did you guys have last month? How much revenue did you guys do in the last 3 months or the last few months? How many? What are closers currently making right now? Fulfillment. Fulfillment's a very important one. Fulfillment, like, what is fulfillment like? So if I was a customer and I was to sign up today, what would fulfillment look like for me? Who supports, the fulfillment team, etc.? What does it look like? These are just some questions that you want to ask, that you can ask. But look, again, before you even ask all of this, you need to make yourself attractive to them first. Like you can go there and ask all these questions and whatnot, but you have to come across very attractive to them. Okay, like what is it about you that that they want to even speak to you about? Like what's so attractive, about you to them? So that's what I would probably focus on first, Atif, before. And look, honestly, if you're really looking for an opportunity, I like with me. This is just me giving you my biased advice. When I wanted to land a role, I didn't give a shit. I didn't care. Like so long as it was legit, I'll work for anybody. I just need some experience. Let me just get some experience, and I was willing to work for anyone, so long as it stayed within my moral ground, my morals, as in like it didn't go against them. I was like, okay, I'll work for anybody. Anybody. I don't care if it's a brand new startup. I don't care if you're just starting today. I'll get my reps in, because you'd rather do something than nothing. Especially if you're not even working anywhere, you got all this time, and I would go and make mistakes with a new startup, no problem. It's fine. Get the experience there, and then when you go to a good company, you'll make the money there. Mr. Mohammed Bilal Raza, why don't you introduce yourself to us, bro?
Hello everyone. So this is Bilal from Pakistan. I have been new to the industry, just learning and newbie. I have been working in e-commerce industry for the past 2 years, mainly on Amazon as an advertising manager. And now I was introduced to this field by my friend to the Closer University. So currently I'm on a learning phase. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. Thank you, bro. Okay. Remember, guys, when I said to you guys, like, how can you guys give value? How can you give value to each other? I know how I can give all of you guys value. Like the moment you guys are like Like right now, I'm giving value. I'm giving value. I allowed people to come on a group call, go on Zoom, you know, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's, you know, us guys in person or whatever, you're on a Zoom call with us as well. And we've done quite a few of these. Like I've done quite a few Zoom calls in the past week, live calls as well. But ask yourself this, how can you provide value to each other outside of, like, maybe you've got a skill that people can learn from as well. Jim, go for it.
I had a nice one-on-one today with Philip Bozic. I may be butchering one or both names. I don't know, so I apologize. I don't think he's on the call. But one thing we did today is we asked each other this critical question. What ideal company would you like to work for? Help me understand, have a better understanding of the ideal company you're looking to go work for so I can keep my eyes and ears open for that opportunity and pass it on to you. I think that's just one way of networking. And the second thing I wanted to throw out real quickly was when we get ready to do networking, one of the things I learned a long time ago was the concept of be, do, have. Typically, we focus on having 10K a month or having 20K a month, but you can't do that. You focus on who you're going to be. I'm going to be a high ticket closer in my head. I know I'm a killer high ticket closer or an killer app setter. I know I'm going to be that. You start doing the things that Jabron and you know to do to be that guy, then you'll start having. So get those three things in order, and I think that'll help you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you. And look, again, just think about like I'll give you an example. Hamza Wajid. This guy, you know, he was always constantly like sharing and commenting and liking on our posts and being like one of the most engaged members in the Closers University. What did I do? I made him one of the admins there also. But then guess what? He didn't stop. He didn't stop. Guess what he started doing? He started like, you know, a lot of the thumbnails that you guys see on YouTube. Guess who was making all of those? Hamza. Hamza was taking his time out, going on whatever it is, Canva, and making these thumbnails for me. And now he can make multiple, like, you know, people's cover photos and everything, and, you know, help even others. And that was him giving value to me. He was giving value to me. And like, he knows all the things that I've been doing for him right now, but like, that was just his way of giving value towards me. I didn't ask for it or anything, but he was doing it, you know, himself. Ask yourself this, guys, all these things that you want from people and you want them to help you or whatever, how are you providing value to them? And just do things without expecting anything back. Don't be like, oh, I gave you a shout out. Why didn't you shout me out? And like, look, you know, like a lot of the times, you know, when I make posts or you know, if I share a new reel or a video or whatever, like I look at the people that try to, you know, like look for example, like I sometimes have to request some people like, look, guys, give this a you know, a like, comment, and share. For you guys in the Closers University, I'd be like, I shouldn't even be able to tell I shouldn't even need to tell these guys. They should just be doing it themselves. One, to just spread the message out, and also to help the community. And hey, Jabran, look, I'm in support with what you're doing. And guess what? But look, guess what they're doing? Guess what that's also doing now? That's making me remember their name. Oh, Pratik. Oh, Pratik again. Oh, yeah, Pratik today, he shared something as well. Oh, he shared something. This is how Pratik got my attention, by the way, guys. He just made himself, he just kept putting his name out there everywhere. You know, whether it was on comment section, whether it was through the YouTube channel or whatever. Like, and it was like, okay, I need to know who this Pratik is. Karna did the same. Renee, like the relationship I have with Renee now is because he was just constantly and I didn't even like, Renee was someone I never ever needed to be like, Renee, can you shout this out for me, or can you do this, or can you? He was just constantly adding value, giving value. And he's going to be the next person that's going to be in my one-on-one mastermind as well, because he's been in the community for so long as well. But like, this is the thing though. A lot of people, they do things from abundance and like not wanting to get anything back. Like when look how crazy like life works. When I launched the Closers University, I swear to God, guys, I never ever wanted to make this a business. There was not even zero intention. But look how God works in his mysterious ways. Now, like, I have multiple paid clients. Now, and there's people lining up to pay monthly and group coaching. But I never wanted to make this into a business. I just wanted to help people. And now I've made thousands from it as well. And I'm helping people make tens of thousands. Just today, James Caulfield, who we've recently, like, he's just recently been in an opportunity, well, working with me, but we got him in an opportunity with one of my friends. Within like 3 weeks, guys, within 3 weeks, he's already made $10,000 on a brand new opportunity. I think it's more than $10,000 actually. And then I was saying to him, bro, like next month you can make 20 grand. He was like, nah, bro, I think I can do 30 grand. And this is on a brand new opportunity, guys. So it's insane, guys. But look, does anyone else here want to say anything or want to add value or give value or say anything? Feel free to jump in. I'll just jump in at once, though. Renee, how are you, bro?
All good. I mean, my wife was sleeping, so I missed out the first part. Then I tried to join, and I couldn't for kind of like 20 minutes, and then you set me back. So all good. And based on what you're saying,
are you telling everybody that I let you in late? Now everybody's gonna try joining.
Yeah, you know, I think that I agree that when you start thinking about it from abundance, because at the beginning I was just vibing with you, but at the same time I was just discovering the whole space, and I was just saying, you know what, I'm trying just to be a part of someone else's network, so I can just be a valuable piece. So at any moment, I'll get my chance, even if not by them. I can just be sharing a win that's through them for indirect reasons, and on that sense, you can basically be a kind of a testimonial for every community you're in if you put the right effort, and that's something really valuable because that's the sole goal of the communities, that we grow together. So if you're willing to share what the master of that community is doing, apply it, and then share your wins on it, or the challenge that you may face, then you're doing like everything right.
Like celebrating other people's wins. Like, look at, like, you know, if someone posts on, let's just say, look, if someone posts on their social media, hey, like, you know, I landed an opportunity here, or I made this much money in this much time, or whatever, or we're promoting someone. Let's just say on like my Facebook, which I'm going to do a lot of testimonials on over the next coming days. You getting behind that and maybe sharing it to your story as well. And like, you know, it will make the other person feel good. So you're just doing it for them. You do things for them. This is like, you know, working with something and on something without expecting anything back. Now, I'll give you another example. You know, like, look, you asking people for like, oh, do you have, like, just sending a lot random messages and be like, do you have 20 minutes? Do you have 20 minutes? Do you have 20 minutes? That's not the way to do it. Not everyone has spare time. Like, okay, if you're just chatting to people or whatever, I'm like, hey, or you could even just be like, hey guys, me, Pratik, and Komal are going on Zoom. If anyone wants to jump in, you can jump in. We're going to be thinking high ticket. We're going to be doing it. You make it public on Facebook. So you'd be like, here's the Zoom link, guys. And then you all three can put it on there. And now whoever's free is going to jump in. We're doing a networking, brainstorming, and we're learning. We're going to go through maybe some content and learn together. That's being different, as opposed to you have 20 minutes, let's network. Oh, you're giving value, you're adding value, you're talking about valuable stuff. Be genuinely interested in people. Again, also, your profiles are your billboards. Your profiles are your billboards. Some of you guys, if you go on your profiles, you're like ghosts. Or some of you guys, you go on your profiles and you've got things, all sorts of random stuff on there. You want to fix up your profiles. Like, every now and again, I post random stuff as well. I'm not going to lie. I post random stuff as well. But every other day, I go on my profiles and I delete certain stuff. I posted it, had my fun with it, whatever. Now I removed it. So I want my profile nice and neat and clean. Like, I'm due to update my profile picture. Like, I strongly advise everybody on this call. I'm not going to point everybody out. Everybody needs to update their profile picture. Everybody here. Everybody. maybe bring a new look. Everybody, like Pratik, I really want you to change your profile picture. You look so much better like how you are right now. As opposed that's the mugshot that you've done before, bro. Like you need to take a picture like this. Like you look so smart, bro, and you look like a killer sales pro. The other one's just a mugshot. So of course, I have lots of mugshots as well, but it's okay. But honestly, like everyone needs to keep updating their stuff. Your profile is your billboard. Connect with people, have fun. Have fun with people. But look, does anyone need does anyone need any specific, like Liliana, how do we say your name?
Liliana.
Liliana. Oh my God.
Liliana.
I bet everyone, 100 people out of 100 people will always probably get
Yes, that's why it's just simply Lily. When I've been around the world and had a name tag, when I was working on the cruise ship, I was Lijana or Gijana or something like this. It just was,
Liliana. I don't know how that
Liliana. With my beautiful name, I ended up with Gijana. Okay.
Talk to us, Lily. Talk to us. Tell us your story. Tell us anything that you're struggling with, or what would you need help with?
Well, I'm not so great at networking, but meeting Zarna, Zarna Patel, and her energy and her, how to say, her vibes, she just helped a lot as well. There is also Mohammed Hamza and the guys. So I just felt Renee. I want to mention Renee as well. Those are the guys that really helped me. And
Renee's okay. He's not that great.
It's okay. Yeah.
He's okay.
All right. So, and this is something that just tells me they are also there in this industry as well. Honestly, I don't want to talk too much. I like to work a lot. That's the thing. And posting all of these things and telling all of these things, for me, it is just exhausting. So when I have something to say, I will say, but constantly being there, I know it's beneficial, but again, just found it doesn't work for me. I will try to find my other way to go around and present myself in the best way. So I appreciate everything you're teaching. Yeah, I appreciate everything you're teaching. I would like to give the value. I would like to support everyone everywhere whenever I can. But this is just those are just my thoughts.
Because let me tell you something. I freaking hate social media. Like, I hate posting. It is so freaking, oh my God, it's so exhausting. Like, right now I'm trying to do LinkedIn and I'm like, oh my God, man, it's just another bloody, but I know like what the results is going to get. So it's a bit like this. Let me give you an example. It's like in boxing. I used to love boxing, but oh my God, I used to hate training. Like, I used to love, like, in my fights and winning medals and all championships and everything, but I hated the training part. But in order for me to win my fights and have that feeling, I had to do what I didn't like to do and what was part of it. So, like, when someone says to you right now, and this is like me, for me to run my business effectively, or like the closest university, I know I have to be more social. I know, and I'm still terrible with it. I know I have to be on all these platforms and I need to create this content, and maybe I'm going to hire some people to do certain things, or maybe I'll get a few people to do that. But I know I don't want to do it. So, like, look, Lily, right now, you a prime example. You don't like, I don't like posting here, and I don't like commenting there, and I don't like doing this. But what if that's exactly what you need to do, Lily, to get to where you want to get to? And I don't do it.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking for the company, for the full picture, not just the frame. With dating, you're not looking for the frame, you're looking for the full picture. That's what company I'm looking for. I have 2 years of experience in setting, and now I experience a lot of things, what I want, what I don't want, So this is the thing. So this is what I'm looking for within networking. finding that company that has a nice environment, a supporting nice growth environment where you can grow, where you can work.
Everybody, Lily, but that's everybody.
Yes,
So,
that's
okay.
everybody, but not every company is there like that.
Uh-huh.
So I just
what are
would
you
like
doing?
to avoid that.
What are you doing to get though? Okay, let's coaching session here. Lily, what are you doing to land these roles? Tell me.
Oh, okay. A little bit of networking, trying to vet those companies. If I'm getting to the interview, what is there, how is there? By Thomas doing, he also was very good by providing all this small course for this, how to vet, and it was really, really beneficial since last year when it was. And this is something that for me, getting to the interview, it is going to help me to ask all of those questions. And I will figure out. So few of those offers I rejected, just
So you
because of
rejected
that.
offers as well.
Yeah, because I
How
found
can
out.
I help you? How can I help you right now, Lily? How can I help you?
Well, honestly, thank you for calling me out. That's one of the help that you are already doing, and.
How would you introduce yourself, actually, Lily? Okay, Lily, if we want a group interview right now, and this is good for everybody as well, guys. You're on a group interview right now, and it's your turn to speak. And the question is, they're not going to pronounce your full name because you've got Lily there as well. I would even just say, but Lily, why don't you introduce yourself? Because I know you're a lovely person. I've known you from Facebook and everything, and I've seen you commenting, and you actually do comment on the video as well. I see that as well. But Lily, I want to ask you, why don't you introduce yourself to us? 30 seconds.
My name is Lily.
Sales experience.
All right. My name is Lily. I'm from Serbia, and I gained experience under my belt diving into various domains in the high ticket space, Airbnb business, coaching, fitness coaching, cold calling, SaaS company. But also I am the ex-entrepreneur, ex-business owner. My background is beauty industry, hairstylist, hair salon owner, spa and salon manager, working overseas in Dubai and on the cruise ships. So with that experience.
Sorry, Lily, you've already answered my question, but I didn't even know all of this about you. That you've been an entrepreneur, you had your own business, you've worked in all these industries. You know what I want you to do after this call, Lily? I want you to send me your intro, how you would apply to another role. Send me a message, and I want to see, because I want to see why, like, have you landed your dream offer yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. I'll tell you why you haven't, because you should have landed it ages ago. You'd message me after this, and I want you to introduce yourself to me. So let's just say I've made a post on Facebook, and I said to you, oh, drop me a DM with your intro. So you'd give me your intro. Show me how you'd introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then we'll catch up on this as well. But thank you very much for sharing that. Bush.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. How you doing, Bush?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Jabran. Thanks for calling me out.
No, I'm not calling you. I'm just calling you. Bush, I like your name, bro. Where are you based?
Hello, everyone. My name is Bush. As Jabran has said, I'm based in a place called Kenya. Don't know whether any of you guys.
Of course, we know where Kenya is. Of course, we know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. And why don't you introduce? Why don't you introduce introduce yourself to us? Maybe starting off with your sales experience or any of your experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, my name is Bush. As I've mentioned before, I've actually been in the space for 1 year and 1 month now. Been actually been doing sales since like 6 years ago, but actually transitioned into the high ticket space 1 year ago. Well, over that year, I have been doing mainly appointment setting. It's only this last month that I've transitioned towards closing. I've actually gotten a closer role. And I had two questions actually at the start. The two questions were answered by Mohammed and Akpit in the DMs. I don't know whether Jabran, you know, but a lot is being answered in the DMs. Akpit and Mohammed are doing a great job there. And it's actually really nice connecting with everyone here. Actually, Jabran, like you asked me this $1 million question of introducing myself, and I actually did it in the DM, and he actually corrected me. So that's one place where you can reach out to Jabran. And well, if there is one thing I can take out from this live is that add value. Just come in with the idea of adding value. Like even this is my current closer role. I got it from adding value. I gave a certain guy so much value such that he just referred me to the role. That's what actually Jabran is saying when he talks about adding value. Thanks, Jabran. That's more or less
welcome.
about.
Bush, what's your full name?
My second name is actually native, so most of people not really. It's called Madeka. Madeka.
Bro, it's not that hard, bro. Bush Mateka.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bush Mateka. Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Perfect. Does anyone else have any questions, guys? Anyone on Zoom? Anyone on YouTube? Anything that you need help on right now? Bilal, do you need any help right now on what you need to do? And I'll give you some good feedback. Butch is a G. Butch, everyone's bigging you up on the YouTube channel, by the way. They're saying you're a G. Bilal, go for it, bro.
Yeah. Yes, I was just thinking of asking a question. So basically, I have a question. What would you recommend to a person who is just starting out in the industry, very newbie to this, with no sales experience? Because I have been working in e-commerce for the last 2 years, and then I know how sales work in e-commerce of product sales, obviously, but in this industry like high ticket sales. And as for me, who thinks that currently I'm not ready for to be the closer, so I was thinking to start as an appointment setter. So what would you recommend and suggest to go through and how to break into this industry?
So first of all, bro, if you're new to this industry, pick your coach wisely. Pick a coach and just follow everything that they say and what they're doing. Pick your coach wisely. And then now also what you need to do, bro, you need to, like you just said to me, you're just starting out in the high ticket sales space or in the high ticket space. You don't have you also said you don't have no sales experience, but you also said to me that you were working in e-commerce.
Yeah, I do not have experience directly with sales experience. I'm working in e-commerce from the last 2 years, mainly on Amazon.
I know what you said. I know what you said, but you see, look, you undersold yourself straight away. You go, I don't have no experience in it. No, you've got experience. I'll tell you right now. I do this in my one-to-ones as well, and I'll make you realize this as well. Bilal, how old are you?
I'm 26 right now.
26. How old were you when you first sold something, anything? Like you couldn't even been 7 years old at school or whatever. When was your first ever exposure to either selling something or anyone in your family doing any did they have a shop that you worked at or whatever, any selling experience, anything?
Yeah, so I was 16 or 17 maybe when I worked at a mobile shop.
Okay, so and I'm guessing you also sold mobiles there as well and accessories.
Yeah. I worked for 2 or 3 months basically.
Okay, you worked there. Now, before that, did you any of your family members have a shop or anything? Cousins, anyone that you?
Yes.
Did you help out at the shop?
I worked at someone else's shop, not my relative's shop.
But so you worked. How old were you when you worked at the shop?
I was 16 or 17 maybe.
16, 17. Okay. So and okay, what was your second job?
Second job, I worked at a car showroom on commission basis.
Okay, car showroom and commission basis as well. Guys, remember, look, this is gold, by the way, guys, gold. Most of you guys don't even know. He's 16 years old, he was working in a shop selling mobiles, accessories and everything. And now he's saying he worked as a car salesman in a car showroom. Pure commission basis. What is the high ticket sales industry? Most of them is commission only as well. And then you get some base with appointment setters. He said he has no experience in selling and everything and all that. Remember what he said? Let's move on. After car showroom, be honest. What was your next job?
And then I transitioned to the e-commerce industry and Amazon from the
How
last
many
2
years
years.
have you been working in e-commerce and all of that?
From the last 2 years.
So how many years did you work in the car showroom business and whatever it is, selling cars and everything? How many years there?
Car showroom probably 6 or 8 months. 6 or
We're
8
missing
months.
many years. We're missing many years. What were you doing?
Yeah. So when I worked at a mobile shop, I was studying, like, I have a chartered accountancy background, but at the time I was studying, and then after my studies, I used to go to the shop and I used to work.
How many years did you work in the shops then?
Probably 2 or 3 months at a mobile shop. Then I quit. Then I quit my job and fully focused on studies. And then I transitioned to car showroom after completing my studies.
So here's how I would introduce Bilal. I have been in the sales industry, the sales space, in sales roles from the age of 16. I have sold many, many different things, from the likes of mobile phones, mobile accessories, a variety of different cars. I've also worked a commission-only basis in a car showroom. As well as that, for the last couple of years, I've been working in the e-commerce industry. I'm hungry, I'm coachable, I'm motivated, I love sales, I love making money, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. As opposed to, yeah, I've got 2 years in e-commerce and I don't really have much sales experience. You guys are all listening because that's what he said. I don't have much experience. I have no experience selling whatever. But Bilal, you're not the only person that does this. This is why you need a coach. This is why most people need coaches, because coaches can see what you can't see. And like I've done this so many times. I have 10 years in recruitment. So many people say to me, Jabran, can you guarantee, in your mentorship, can you guarantee people get roles? Of course I can. But do I guarantee them? No, I don't. Because I know it's not just the roles. I can guarantee everybody here on this call, I swear to God, right now, that I can help you land a role. And I work with all my people to help them land a role as well. But it's not only landing the role. You need to grow into the person that's going to be great in the role. So you need to change, grow, and develop. I need to work with you there to improve you as well. And then help you make that money. So it's all of these things. I can make such an irresistible offer that, hey, for £5,000, you pay me £5,000 and I'll help you land a role. Guaranteed placement. There's some influencers that I know that I swear, someone messaged me last night. He needs 2 closers and 2 appointment setters. The offer is $35,000. I can refer people. Obviously, the people in my VIP, they've invested in me. I'm going to send it to them first because they've invested in me first. But here's the thing. I can send people there straight away. He won't even, there's people, business owners that know me, they won't even interview the people. And just the other week, I bought on another, the Amazon influencer that I bought 6 appointment setters to, I just added another 3 appointment setters there. And I added 2 more closers there. They never even got interviewed because people will follow what I say. So I can guarantee these roles to them. But for me, that guarantee is not going to get them paid. I need to get them good. That's why I need to work with them. So this is what I try to explain to people as well, but they don't understand. This is why, guys, we need to get better. We need to get better. We need to start studying the art of sales. But on that note, guys, does anyone else want to say anything? Rashil, you jumped out, you jumped back again. So let's have you say something.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. That was not needed.
Okay, Bilal.
Right. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Rusho. I'm currently 23 years old. I'm based in India. Been in the sales space for about 2 years at this point. I've done pretty much everything you can think of: cold calling, DM setting, triaging, and a little bit of closing as well. You name it. Yeah, I just find my natural proclivity for problem solving and the ability to build relationships and connect with people is why I'm drawn to sales in the first place, right? After all, it's the last industry on earth that any sort of mediocrity can hide. If you're in sales, you're going to have to be the top performers. So yeah, that's a bit about me.
Help us. Rashid, what value can you add to the Closers University with all your skill sets and everything? Just a random question. What sort of value can you help to the community?
All right, so to all the last months of trial and error that I faced myself, I can definitely help people figure out, how to wet the offers correctly, what to do when you're first reaching out to business owners to get their attention. I used to do this one thing, consider this some hacks, I guess, which a lot of people really did appreciate. So when I'm reaching out to people with roles, right, their inboxes are flooded. The odds of you even getting your message seen sometimes are very low. So sometimes what I'll do is I will make story posts on Facebook or on Instagram, and I'll make it so that only they can view it, and then I'll tag them as well, because it acts as such a good pattern interrupt that every time I've done this and I've gotten a response, everyone's been really, really impressed by it. So this is how you really, really manage to get someone's attention.
Very good. Oh my God, Rashil and Mehrajul is saying you are the OG of India. I'm really impressed, bro, because this is being different.
Exactly.
This is gold dust.
That's creative problem solving at its
Yes,
finest.
my guy. And
Like, just
he's not
doing-
even in my one-to-one mastermind, and he knows this.
Well, you do this as well. You teach this.
Of course, bro. I'm the daddy of networking and getting attention. Always getting
Right.
attention. If you're not getting attention, you're losing attention. Always. And I love this, bro. Well done.
Right.
Got
Thanks.
this, by the way. Who got this? So he, instead of like, he's messaging them as well, but he's now on Instagram. He's creating a story, and he's tagging them in that story, so only they can see that story.
And then it pops up in their notifications, and they're like, "Who is this guy? Why is he tagged me in the story?" They're just forced to check it out.
And like here's one step further. You know what I do? And sometimes they miss it. Sometimes they miss the message, they miss the thingy. Guess what I do? I'll delete it and I'll put it in again. Or I'll tag them again.
Just recently, this interview that I was supposed to have right now, which got postponed. Like I was sitting in the meeting room, saw an email saying it's postponed. I applied through Facebook. The inbox is flooded. I somehow managed to find, I found the email on the website, emailed them, didn't work. I finally found this guy on Telegram, the business owner I found on Telegram, and I messaged him there. He still did not respond. Like he was blatantly ignoring me. I was like, I went on his page, on his Instagram page, there's like 1 million+ followers. I knew doing the story thing probably wouldn't work as well here because, he gets like a lot of notifications. So I reached out on Telegram, and I saw he does like memes on his page, which get a lot of traction. So I made a meme for his page saying, I noticed your page gets a lot of engagement when you post memes. Hopefully you can get leads from, posting something like this. I'll be happy to convert them into deals for you when I join your team later on. Instant response. Here's another thing that you can do. You can treat yourself as not an employee, but you can also position yourself as a service provider and a business owner. And you can give tips to people, right? So I know something that I've done myself, and I learned from someone who's been in this space for ages. So I'll just make like a short Loom video with a Google document saying 3 ways or 5 ways you can prevent no-shows. So that's providing more value to business owners, because these are tips that not everyone knows. So again, you can sort of treat this as like your own sales assets, right? You can have your intro videos and et cetera, But doing stuff like this is what really, really separates you from the crowd.
Karna's subtitle could be, "This is how I was able to book 1,400 appointments in 4 months, managing 5 closes, Canada. Here's my Loom video." Bam.
Yeah, and also for any of the people that are not from like the US or the UK, another pro tip I'll give you. When I started off, I was chatting to people in the DMs. Anytime I said India, disqualified. So what I started doing was started sending them Loom videos straight away, right off the bat. So any of the objections they may have had about like accents and just wondering if I can even speak English properly will be sorted right there. So a lot of opportunities which said US based only, simply change their minds whenever I sent them the Loom. They think the accent's a problem, but when they can actually speak you, or they can see you speak, they don't have a problem. I hope that was valuable for any of mine.
Yeah, no, that's very valuable. Very good. Round of applause for Rachel, the OG from India. Look how coachable all of you guys are. About 3 of you clapped, and the rest of you were just like, yeah, whatever. But this is the thing, like, anyway, we'll leave that for another day. Who else can try adding some value? What sort of value can you add to the Closers University? This is like the question that you want to be adding to, asking yourself as well. But look, guys, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. It's been a great session. We've been here for like 1 hour and 40 minutes. Everyone on YouTube as well. Hamza, Mohammed Urfi, Mohammed Urfi. We have Power Perspective, Hajra, Mehrajul. Everyone's been really active on the YouTube. Well done, guys. And look, well done to you guys for coming on this Zoom call as well. Hopefully, you've got to know each other as well over here. Rachel, what's your full name so people can add you on Facebook and Instagram?
I don't use my full name on those platforms, but my name is Rushal Aurora. You can find me at Russ A on Facebook.
Oh, you're Russ A. Okay, bro. I thought I was a completely different person. Oh my God, that's crazy. But yeah, you need to. People need to know who you are and how they're gonna find you, bro. Why are you being a ghost for? I'm gonna sort you out later. Don't worry. I'm gonna sort you out later. We're communicating in the DMs anyway. But of course, for those of you that have commented on the Facebook group post, I'm coming back to all the messages for what they need help with. But look, on that note, guys, have a great Friday evening. Love you all, and help each other. Help each other. That's my message to you guys. Help each other. God bless.
Stay in
Until the
touch.
next time.